Hi everyone, this is Mr Neel Raithatha, also known as the Wax Whisperer. Thank you for tuning into my latest video. Before we start, I just want to wish everyone a happy Valentine's Day. And I also want to share this lovely email I received from an ER doctor in the States. It brought a tear to my eye, and I just wanted to share this and feel honoured and privileged to receive such a message. And I just want to, from the bottom of my heart, say a big thank you of gratitude to all the essential key workers and frontline workers during the pandemic. You're doing such an amazing job, and I'm glad that my videos in some way can provide you with some hope or some relief. And yeah, I just feel really honoured and humbled. I thought I just wanted to share that with everyone. So we have a gentleman here. This is a really interesting case. You can probably tell by the name. This patient has had this blocked right here, this is the right ear, for I believe 3 or 4 years, and they previously had attempted to have their ears cleaned, but they suffered from a panic attack during the procedure, and for that reason they didn't want to continue. And obviously this condition has been getting worse. The patient had been using drops regularly in the hope that so it's dead skin. This is not earwax. It's dead keratin, and I will explain a bit more about that during the procedure. And they were hoping just by using drops that it would alleviate the problem. I think they've been also using cotton buds since then, Q-tips, and that's just pushed it further in. It got to the stage where the patient's wife was really getting annoyed, and they heard about me, and the gentleman decided to pay a visit. He's very, very, very anxious, as you can imagine, because he's had a previous bad experience. When they say bad experience previously, I don't know whether it's because the treatment was uncomfortable. I don't want to dwell on it too much with the patient. They wanted to think about it too much. But it could just been the whole ordeal. It could have been nothing was being done wrong by the previous clinical ear care specialist. It's just the patient was very anxious and suffered from a panic attack. What made it even more tricky was this keratin wasn't only blocking the ear canal, it was actually adhered to his eardrum. So we're having to approach his eardrum to a very panicky patient. And I think you'll see a couple of times during the procedure where the patient does flinch a bit, but he was so good. And with these procedures, I think part of the confidence in the patient in visiting myself, because obviously he's been watching my videos, but the patient knows that I've got a really good view of what I'm doing, and that's really reassuring for him. And I just talked to the patient during the procedure, just keeping them calm. And I like to tell patients what I'm doing, that I'm approaching the eardrum now, just stay really still, don't worry, I can see everything I'm doing. If it does get uncomfortable, let me know, we'll come out the ear immediately, there's nothing to worry about, and it does really reassure them. So I'm using a fine end tip here, and you can see this keratin on the medial canal wall. When I'm peeling it off, it's causing a bit of blistering. You can see that on the front part of the ear canal. So that's kind of normal, we accept that. It's not painful for the patient. But I've just left that and I wanted to go back to the eardrum. You can see I'm just peeling layers and layers of dead skin off the eardrum. It's almost like an onion. You peel one layer and you've got another layer underneath. So the majority of the eardrum is now visible. Now, so this patient is suffering from a lack of epithelial migration. So let me explain what that means. The ear canal, you've got a layer of keratin, so skin, that coats the ear canal, and it also coats the outermost layer of the eardrum. The eardrum has got 3 membranes, and the outermost layer, the layer that was visible to us, that's also a thin layer of skin. The skin that lines the outer third of the ear canal is quite a thick layer of skin. It's about 1 millimeter in thickness. Whereas the skin that lines the inner 2/3 of the ear canal, so the bony portion of the ear canal, is probably 1/10, 1/15 of the thickness. So just let's say 0.1 millimeters. And this inner layer of skin also lines the outer membrane of the eardrum. Now, the ear has evolved over millennia to naturally migrate dead skin out of the ear. If it didn't, then everyone's ear will be full of dead skin. So if we've got dead skin on our fingertips or on our arm, it falls to the floor, but in our ear, this skin will just land in the ear, it will just drop and it will get blocked, it will get infected. So this is the point where the patient got slightly fidgety, but we went back in, it just reassured him. And so the ear has evolved to naturally migrate the dead skin, and this extends from the eardrum. So from the center of the eardrum, as the skin dies on the eardrum, it naturally migrates outwards, laterally, so towards the entrance of the ear. And we call that epithelial migration. So the epithelial skin layer is the outermost layer, epidermis skin layer. So that's where the term epithelial comes from. And migration, obviously, you can think about the great migration, the safari with the wildebeest coming from one area to another. And so now, unfortunately, with this patient, his skin, the epithelial migration, for some reason, is no longer working. And you can think about it like a conveyor belt. So the skin dies, it sheds, it naturally moves sideways out of the ear. And that migration also helps take with it the wax. So that's why for most people, wax is not an issue. But in this patient, the skin is no longer migrating and it's getting trapped immediately in the inner, I would say in his case, in the inner third of the ear canal where the isthmus is. So there is a narrowing about 0.5 centimetre away from the eardrum. You can probably see that where that blistering is, the ear canal actually narrows slightly, then it extends outwards. And this skin, as it approaches the isthmus, as it's trying to naturally migrate, it's getting trapped here. And then you get another layer of skin and you get another layer of skin. And eventually you develop keratosis obturans, which is a big plug of dead skin that hasn't migrated, and it's a horrible thing to remove. And if you watch my YouTube channel, there's a playlist of keratosis obturans procedures. So we've managed to remove the majority of the skin. Now, the rate of this migration can vary. I've got to check my figures, but I believe it's about 3.5 millimeters a month. So it's probably 0.14 millimeters a day, which equates to around, I think, 3.5 millimeters, sorry, a month. And I think that's equivalent to the same rate as your fingernails. That's also keratin, protein. I've left this last bit because the patient was getting a bit anxious at this stage and I didn't want it was not significant and there was a bit of blistering developing there. So, but nonetheless, the eardrum was fully visible. You could hear really, really well. The wife was over the moon. I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. And once again, I just want to thank all the key workers, frontline workers, essential workers. Thank you for everything that you do. Take care. Bye.